Hello, everyone. We're going to go right on into the I Never Sang for My Father, our working on Act 1. Just to review your vocabulary words, I gave you an extension. If you didn't get it done, that was okay. You're reading, and we will have a vocabulary test on Friday. So we're going to continue on with the Act 1. Tom, the father, distrusts people. Tom blames others for all his deficiencies. The central focus between Tom and Margaret seems to show them preoccupied with their health. Now, at this age, 78 and 80 years of age, that is a pretty common occurrence to be preoccupied with their health. Jean has remained a somewhat shadowy character despite being present in every single scene. The audience knows that Jean is a widower. His wife's name was Carol. That he has been in California where he's met another woman, and he apparently likes her a lot and wants to marry her. The conflict in line 31, we see, if you were to go out there, to live, it would kill your mother. That's what his father has to say. Later on, we're going to find out what the truth of the whole situation is. Jean's internal conflict, he struggles internally about going out to California. Tom's inability to express his need for Jean is expressed in here as well. The tension created by Tom's manipulative manner is very strong as we go through this play. When Tom mentions about his daughter, he uses emotional blackmail. We don't really know much about his daughter. But you can't leave your mother like your daughter did, like your sister did. Margaret is a very educated woman. In section 35, we see Tom as a charmer. They went out to a restaurant to eat, and he's a charmer. And he says, greetings and salutations. His very flippant expressions and manifestations of his ego. He always loves to flirt with the young women. Margaret hides her feelings behind a very polite exterior. She's a very classy woman. Tom and Jean seem to be in conflict over everything. They don't seem to get along with anything or agree on anything. In section 39, we see that Tom is not happy with his son's income. He criticizes him for everything. Not only is Tom's humor tasteless, but it's also very cruel. He's a very cruel man. Tom is completely absorbed with himself and his own problems, and he has no interest in other people's tragedies. Tom complains about playing cards with Margaret and her friends, probably because her friends don't pay attention to him and give Tom the attention that he wants. On page 650, section 45, it reads, "And I shoved him off. I never saw him again till some years later when he was dying in Bellevue of drink." Tom is reliving the events that occurred almost 70 years ago when his father abandoned him as a child. His traumatic childhood partially explains Tom's behavior as an adult. Margaret has heard this story many times, and she changes the subject. Now, this is him still in the restaurant talking to the waitress. Jean has heard this story too, and he is determined to have a better relationship with Tom than Tom had with his own father. And it's kind of hard because Tom doesn't really want to have a relationship. Page 651, line 48, it says, "I don't feel like anything. I have no appetite." On a literal level, he's complaining because he doesn't have really an appetite. But this line can also be interpreted as an emotional hollowness, because he's so angry over his childhood. He doesn't want anything to eat. He says he feels like nothing. So that goes to show that there's a little bit more to the lack of appetite than just a lack of appetite. He does not say he doesn't want to eat. He just says that he feels like nothing. In the restaurant, the expression of Margaret's face is patiently enduring Tom's flirtation with the waitress. He does it right in front of her. A capable actor or actress can convey many emotions without ever saying a word. And I'm going to end it right there. And we'll pick this up again tomorrow. So you'll have it for Friday. Okay? Have a good day.